Did I push record? I can't tell. Crap. If I didn't, it's going to go off here in a minute because, you know, it goes off by itself. It's not going off. I guess I did push record. I have no memory of it. Oh well. Okay. I have a little something to share today. This is something that I did before we moved. I mean, like right before we moved. So I didn't have time to film it or tell anyone about it, but I thought you might like to see it. I've kind of changed the way that I store my markers, which, you know, is a big important issue, and you need to know this, right? So I thought I'd show you that. And someone will comment, so just, you know, let me address this first. Yes, I have new hair. I found a salon. I haven't found a doctor yet since we moved, but I did find a hairstylist because those are my priorities. Okay, now, what I wanted to share today is my new system for storing markers. I had a great system before. It worked just fine. I had that blue, I don't know where I put it, but that blue tote thing that I got on Amazon, which I loved. It was perfect. And then I started to outgrow it like really fast. And I've still got it. I'm using it for other things, but I could see as I started using markers more frequently, and you know, some were running out and I'd have to replace them, and then I was getting extra ones. I was like, okay, this is not going to work. It may work for some of my pens, but I like all of my pens kind of together. Plus, I know that they really need to be stored horizontally. You know, ideally, that's the best way to store them. I've never stored mine horizontally because I never really had a place or a way to do that effectively, mainly because markers and pens are something that absolutely have to be portable for me, because that's what you know, when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, I have got something in my hand to write with and to write on. And so I have to be able to tote my markers, if it's just from room to room in the house or, you know, with me on a trip or whatever. They have to be portable. So here's what I came up with after much research and Googling. Amazon. I got this. This is like cheap stuff, really cheap plastic totes. They may fall apart in a few months, and if they do, that's fine. I will buy another one because they're cheap, so I don't care. But this is I think they called it a stadium bag or something like that. I'll try to put up links if I remember. But I think that's what it's called, a stadium tote or stadium bag. I don't know what that's all about, but there's some kind of official stadium tote things that evidently are sports related, so I wouldn't know anything about them. Anyway, it's just this clear zippered tote, nice long straps, like that. And it doesn't come with anything inside it. All the other bags are separate. It's just this plain tote. I think this was under $15. Seems like it was maybe $12 to $15, if even. They had some for $10. I don't remember. Hopefully I'll find that link. Inside it, I put a couple different sizes of smaller totes that fit. There's probably over 300 pens in here. Pens, pencils, markers, everything. So it holds everything that I've got, and it's not completely full. There's still a little bit of room to grow, so I'm good for a while anyway. And I'm also a couple of little bags short. I didn't have enough of these bags that I bought to put this stuff in. This is like erasers and pencil sharpeners and pen refills, and these are my pencils, drawing pencils. So I need a couple more of these bags. These are the little clear ones that I chose to put my pens in. I needed some way to kind of separate them into different, you know, gel pens, paint pens, drawing pens, you know, that kind of thing. And I wanted something clear that I could see through. These are perfect. They were, I'm thinking $7 or $8 maybe for one of them. I could be wrong. Boy, I really should have looked that up before I did this video because it's been a couple of months and I can't remember. Oh well. Anyway, the overall scheme of things, I probably spent $30 to $40 for this. Totally worth it for me because it meets my needs exactly. It separates my pins. It keeps them horizontal, and it's just what I need. So anyway, let me show you. Let me just empty this out and start from the beginning. This is what I should have done at the beginning of the video, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. And if you see me blinking, really funny, it's because I've got allergies and my right eye has been watering for 3 days, and I don't have a tissue up here. We're in my new art room, by the way. Are you ready for a tour? Yeah, not happening. It is a mess, and it's going to be for a while because I need shelving. I may give you a sneak peek of what it looks like now, which is, it's actually functional now. I've got a place where I can sit and I can do stuff, so it's functional, but it's not even anywhere near finished. But I've got some, you know, just make do. Everything's in like cardboard boxes and stuff that they'll work for now till I can get shelves. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. Okay, so Stadium Tote from Amazon, and then also from Amazon this tote. Again, I'll try to put up a link because I can't remember what it's called and I can't remember how much it was. But seems like it was some kind of a makeup bag thing, or I don't remember. But see, it's got this handle on it, and it fits down in this tote just perfectly, like this. You can see that? So your pins are horizontal. If you don't have very many pins, this is going to give you some issues because it's pretty good size. I mean, I have the entire set of Faber-Castell big brush pit pins in here, plus a lot of Sharpies. So it will hold a lot of pins. If you don't have a lot of pins, your pins are going to roll around a lot and they may not stay horizontal. But you can make up for that by, you know, sticking other stuff in there to hold them. But you open it up, and it's got a little zippered pouch right here, and I've got a pen refill, a Sharpie refill right there, and then the pins are here. So, you know, when I'm working, I can just open this up, and all of my pins are standing, and this is what I like when I'm using markers. That way I can see the end of them, I can grab what I want, and then shove it back in there. Perfect. And then when I'm done, I usually have to kind of, you know, finagle everything into place. See, I've got room for probably another at least 10 or 15 more pins in here, because they're still wiggling around a little bit. But close it back up, and then store it like that, and they stay horizontal the way God intended. So there we go. It's a win-win. Got that. And that's what I don't like about, because you see all kinds of pen storage racks and things, you know, that you can sit on a desk and your pens go horizontal, and they're fabulous, but you can't move it. You know, it's a thing, and I can't just haul that downstairs to the couch with me. So this is perfect. And so I got that, and then I got a bunch of these, and like I said, I need a couple more, and I need to redo it because some of these I just shoved pins in there that really don't belong. But see, these are gel pens, colored gel pens, white. I think my white ones are in here. Sometimes I keep the white ones separate because I use them more often. Yeah, I think white ones are in here. All my gel pens. You know, miscellaneous pens. These are mostly fabric markers and some weird markers. I forget what's in there. These need to go in another spot because they're like cheap pens, dollar store pens that I just use for like when I color in a coloring book. And I actually have another place where I keep these. I don't have to have these with me all the time. But that's what those are. And then this one is for paint pens. And I've got all my paint pens in there. And then this is the important one. These are my drawing pens. But most of them are black, and they're just my regular doodle pens that I doodle with. So these stack quite nicely right next to this little guy. And I did measure before I ordered them, you know, because it gives the dimensions on Amazon. And I made sure they would all kind of fit inside the bigger bag because, you know, portability was my thing. There, or however they'll go, doesn't matter. But it does keep them all horizontal, like they're supposed to be. It keeps them portable. It keeps them separated and organized. And it wasn't super, super cheap. Like I said, I'm thinking probably $30 to $40 for all of it at least. So definitely not the most economical way to store your stuff, but like I said, it meets my needs exactly the way that I want it to, so for that it's worth it. And there I have it, all of my pens and pencils and drawing stuff. You can just go sit on the couch with me. Ta-da. So that is my new pen toting storage system. I also have, I think the last video I did was the printer's tray makeover, and which I have finished, and I'll put up some pictures so that you can see what I did, because I changed it. Well, a little bit. You probably won't be able to tell. But when I finished it, you know, I got all the, I was putting a dark wash over the light colored paint. Look, I have it out. This was the Oops paint that I used for the base coat. You know, kind of just a tan, beigey, creamy color, kind of a light color. And then I mixed up that black and brown for the wash that I put over it, which I did on the video. Then when it was all done, it was too dark. It wasn't working for me. I did go with some scrapbook paper. We talked about that, you know, and I decided to just use some random pieces, and which I'm loving very much. And I haven't stuck them down. They're really just kind of sitting in their little spots, and they're staying put. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it that way. That way, if I change my mind, I can do that. Someone even suggested doing it seasonally. That would be cute. Anyway, it was a little darker than I was wanting, and when I put the papers in and put all the little things in it, it was just kind of this dark, uninteresting thing that wasn't exciting me at all. So I thought, okay, I'll lighten it up. So I went back in with some of this base color, just used a stiff, like a stippling brush, and dry brushed over it, especially down in the little cubbies, so that the inside part was lighter, and just kind of swirled it with a kind of a dry brush with a little paint on it all over it, lightened it up, and it looked much better. And then I thought, it's still just so brown. I'm not used to all the brown. I've been doing pastels for the past 4 years in my house. So I thought it needs a little something. So I put some blue in it, because that's one of the colors that I want to use around the house if I can. I'm sorry. My eye's watering. Usually I have Kleenex right by me, and I got up here without any for some reason. Okay. Could be worse. Could be my nose. Blue. This blue. This is Matisse Flow, which is similar to the golden fluid acrylics, but this Matisse brand is made by Jerry's Artarama. It's one of Jerry's Artarama's brands. You can get it at Jerry's. And this one is called Southern Ocean Blue. It is a phthalo turquoise, actually. and I love it. It is just such a yummy color. So anyway, I just used another kind of a dry, stiff brush and just kind of randomly hit the highlights on the tray. And when I got through, it was baby blue. Because I put this over this. And it just lightened up this blue. And that wasn't what I wanted. So, I liked the blue on it, but I didn't like, I put too much for one thing. And for another thing, it was too light. Because it was playing off of this, and it lightened up the blue, and it was not working. So, I went back in with some brown. This is a burnt umber, just a cheap acrylic tube paint. Did the same thing, dry brushed the burnt umber over it. I think I even just put some on rubbed it on a paper towel and then just kind of rubbed it over just the highlights. The insides of the little cubbies were still kind of light, and I like them. I didn't put the blue on the inside, so they were good. So I just kind of put this around the edges, especially on the edges themselves, the sharp edges of the wood. I put this brown, and then I went back with a little bit of blue over this brown, and that worked. And it's just a little bit of blue, just a hint of blue, and just here and there, not over the whole thing. And that just made it not quite so boring and brown. It just gave it a little bit of life to me. I don't know. Anyway, I put my scrapbook papers in there and put my little knick-knacky things. I don't have very many. But I like it that way. It's, you know, there's room to put more stuff as I find more stuff, or I can just fill it with pretty papers or whatever. So, I'm going to call that project done. And I have another one. I have a shabby chic kind of baby blue bread box that used to be in my kitchen in our other house, and I used it as a bread box. But it's just this pine box with a lid. I gotta edit this out because, whoo, my ear itches. Okay. It's this pine box with a lid that I found at a thrift store. It was like 10 bucks. I think I paid 10 bucks. And it's a fairly good sized box. And it was just brown pine colored when I got it. And I painted it and then kind of distressed it. And then I put a doorknob thing on it, and then I put vinyl letters on it that said bread, because I label everything. And I used that for my bread box and loved it. I don't really need it here. It definitely doesn't match the style. That may be my next paint project. I've got tons of things around the house that I need to repaint to match the house. But that one, you know, it's in a spot where I like it, I'm using it, I just need to paint it. And the table that it's sitting on has some of this blue in it. It's a light color, which is okay, it works here. But because of that, I'm going to have to force myself to paint that thing dark. It's going to either have to be dark brown or something. Maybe black, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do something. So maybe we'll do that next. Possibly. I have other ideas too. I still don't have a lot of time to do it because I'm still working on the house. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. I have hung things on the wall, like 3 things, maybe. But yeah, it's a slow process. I'm getting there. Okay. Did this seem extra awkward to you? It did to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't done it in a while. It just feels extra awkward and awful. So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, that's all I have. Oh, new hair, Twin Salon in the, if you're in the Katy, Sugarland, Richmond area in Southwest Houston, Twin Salon. Go see Ira and Azar. They will so totally take care of you. Okay. Oh God, I'm dying from the awkward. The end. The end. Go away.